Hey everyone, my name is Daria Kosa and I am a fashion photographer who based in Miami. Today I'm going to try in a real action my new Hasselblad X2D 100C and I cannot wait to see how it will be. So we're going to try it with continuous and impact lighting. We will try it on high ISO and lower ISO and compare the difference. I also have my Canon 5DSR with me and I would love to compare the difference between Hasselblad X2D 100C and my older camera Canon. Thank you! You're welcome! Now I'm doing a first setup for our first look and we're trying to do something like kind of day lighting and I'm just using continuous lighting, so I think it will be nicer for you to view the video of this. And we are going to shoot right now. Our beautiful model is ready. So we're shooting right now with the lens 55mm f2.5 and it's good for close-up like upper knee and portraits, but for the full body I will switch to 38mm. I feel like we're shooting only like 5 minutes, but I already used to this camera and not even look into viewfinder. For me it's like really easy to shoot and autofocus working perfectly, so it's really cool. What I really like about this camera, that those menu, it's very like easy and understandable how to do everything, so you could just push and switch ISO. For this lighting I'm using 3200, which is quite a high ISO. I set for shutter speed. Here we have aperture, and also you could switch aperture very easily using this wheel. You could use touch screen or using here like another wheel you could switch shutter speed. And actually it's very easy and nice to do settings on this camera, and also you can, here we have LED screen where you can see again like all the settings. What is really different about this camera comparing to my Canon 5DSR, here we have touch screen and it's pretty nice and convenient for using. So this one we could review pictures, which we already did. Very nice and easy to do with these settings. In this camera we don't have video, but actually like I don't personally need video with this kind of camera. I feel when you're using 100 megapixel camera, it's perfectly for studio photo shoot, product photography, fashion photography. We'll come back to our beautiful model and keep shooting our first outfit. And also I want to switch lens for 38mm to do some full body shots. Switched lens for 38mm, and those like new lenses specially designed for X2D Hasselblad, and also there is 3 in this lane, 38 millimeters, 55 millimeters, and also upcoming 90 millimeters. Right now I switched for 38 to shoot full body. Right now I just want to do a few shots with my older Canon 5DSR to compare how it will be looking, like what kind of difference. I would try first of all to put same kind of settings I put on Hasselblad, and let's see how the different picture there. Okay, we could set aperture 3.5, ISO 3200, and shutter speed same. Looks so different on the camera. I really want to see how different it will look on the computer. We already have a new look. It's new lighting setup with Broncolor speed light, and we will do our first shot and see how it's working.
I'm lost in the
What is really cool about new Hasselblad X2D 100C that you have internal built 1 terabyte memory, and actually today I'm shooting without even like memory flash, but you could put here CX Express B-type card right here, but I'm shooting in RAW, and here I could do like around 4,600 shots, and I feel 1 terabyte is enough. I'm more concerned about the battery here because after first outfit it left like 63% of the battery, and I charged it a little bit. Right now we have again like 63%, so I would suggest to have another like battery just in case, so we could keep shooting and another battery could be charged.
I'm caught in the sound, giving to the wave we're in right now. I'm lost in the light.
It's very easy to switch from the manual to autofocus. It's at the same time good, and also you should be careful with this because even like when you're taking camera out from the backpack, what's really happened with me, you could just switch from the autofocus to manual. I feel like Hasselblad camera, it's supposed to be not only one camera, so you're supposed to have some kind of different camera, and then like Hasselblad, like more luxury collection, you know, like you have in the cars, like you have one more universal to drive in every day and one kind of sport car driving on your weekends. Just finished setting our third lighting for last outfit, and I think it's pretty cool. We have like gold dress, like all like kind of gold sparkling stuff, and with this angel wings, I think it will be perfect match with this outfit.
You're like summertime, I get lost in your green eyes. In the wood there's a wildfire, wildfire, wildfire. Your light is a friend of mine when I'm lost on the dark side. In the wood there's a wildfire, wildfire, wildfire.
What I also realized is that it's very convenient when you're shooting through the cable USB-C, and at the same time your camera is charging, and also you could see photos on the screen, and it just cool that you're shooting and the camera is charging, right? This lighting I did with Amaran 200D using modifier Godox Gabo, and I just think that for video especially it's better if we're using continuous lighting, so you could really see how the lighting looks like. It was really my first ever experience shooting with Hasselblad. Honestly, like, it's my first ever experience shooting with any other camera, not Canon, and I really enjoyed it. I was thinking I'm learning fast, and it was easy and nice workflow, and I really like this experience shooting in the studio, and I cannot wait to see those images on the huge screen and compare with Canon. Right now we would compare some shots which I did with Hasselblad and Canon during our photo shoot with beautiful Yelia, and it was shooting like from first outfit we were shooting with the continuous lighting. It was kind of dark shots, so I was shooting on higher ISO. It's still same kind of settings for Canon and Hasselblad. ISO was 3200, so let's see how the noise and all details was looking there. So this shot was made with Canon. I could say we could see a little bit noise on pens, I mean a lot of noise. It's also like colorful noise. And the shot on Hasselblad, it's look noisy, but again, I don't know, personally for me, I was very surprised seeing those pictures on computer, and I was surprised how beautiful noise with Hasselblad. It's look like you're shooting on old film camera. I mean, Canon is also nice. Other shots I did with Speedlight. I was using Broncolor, and it was kind of same settings, but you could see like huge difference with the colors. I still was using same white balance for both shots, and the color difference looked huge. Here on Canon you could see more like greenish color. Comparing to Hasselblad, it's more like magenta color, but still I really like the color of the skin. Like magenta color there, but still skin tone, it's not pinkish, it's more yellow in the skin, so it's look very nice and beautiful, like more contrast with the skin and background. Let's see the difference with Canon. It's just a little bit more yellowish in the skin as well, and I'm just really curious how the white sneakers looks like here. Yeah, we could see a little bit greenish color. And what about, it's off-white, like perfect white balance. Here in the background we can see it's a little bit like magenta. Here I feel it will be a lot of greenery. Yeah, even here it's going a little bit more to the side. And here you can see like huge detailization on the hair. Sometimes with Canon I could see there is some parts with the very huge detailization, and then it's coming like smoother, like more like bokeh. And what I really like about Hasselblad, that you can get all detalization which you want like on the whole kind of image. So comparing Hasselblad X2D 100C to Canon 5DSR, raw images is 3 times bigger than Canon images. So I should buy more storage. Let's just review a few images from this photo shoot, which I already edited. So we can see this detalization and how it's look like. It's very nice, sharp. Noise is very beautiful again, even here on the blurry hand. We have focus, the lips, eye, everything looks so beautiful. With this photo shoot, it was my first ever experience shooting on real set with the model using Hasselblad X2D 100C. And again, like I'm really like capture one person, and it was hard for me like where I should like convert in these images. So those one I opened first of all with Lightroom. Personally, I don't really like Lightroom, so right now I'm more like trying to understand focus and how it's working. So I think in the future projects I will use more Focus app than Lightroom. But those one I was converting from Lightroom, and also I did a little bit of color in there and then over top on Photoshop as well. Yeah, you can see very nice, huge detalization. Like even all the jacket in the focus, hair. Like you could see all the pores on the skin. Beautiful. Those shots, again, I was shooting with continuous lighting. It was super dark, so I was shooting again on high ISO. Here it was 1600 ISO, but again, even on this ISO you can see really nice detalization. It's not a lot of noise. Totally same setting as in previous shot. What I really like to say, the dynamic range is really good with this camera. You can see information in lights and shadows, and everything is detailed. Even here where we have like harsh lighting, and here we have shade and everything detailed as well, which is really good. In the description by the link you could get free raw images, some which I did with Hasselblad and Canon, so you can download them, try to edit by yourself, see how the dynamic range is working, do colors, and so you could compare by yourself. And actually I would say that it's really lightweight camera comparing to my Canon 5DSR with 24-70mm lens, and it's really easy and nice to shoot, especially in the studio. I really would love to try it also outdoor to see how it will be for me, because when I was shooting in the studio I wasn't using viewfinder at all, so I'm really interested in how it will be outdoor with the harsh lighting. Today we're going to test Hasselblad camera right on the beach, so we could shoot with harsh lighting and see difference between Hasselblad and Canon as well. Oh, beautiful! So, I'm surprised. Sunny weather is actually really hard to see when you look into the sun, especially for my sensitive eyes. So I prefer to use EVF, and we got the sunny weather, and I shot with aperture 6.8 and 500 shutter speed, ISO 100, so we could do the same test with the Canon as well. Even on the screen you could see this huge detalization, which is really cool. So we did couple shots with Hasselblad, and right now I just want to test the difference between Hasselblad X2D 100C and Canon 5DSR. I started with kind of same settings, just aperture here 6.3 instead of 6.8 on Hasselblad. So let's do test shot and see. Hard to see difference when you see it here on the screen. I could definitely see the difference between EVF and mirror camera, but actually in Hasselblad EVF it's really good and it's still kind of same like real mirror camera. So right now we are doing shot on the shortest shutter speed. On Canon it's 1/8000 and aperture is 2.8 and ISO 200. So we're staying right now like in the middle of the day on the beach, so we have like sun right on my head. It's like super bright, and I did right now shot with the Canon and it was easy to see through mirror. And let's try to do this shot same with Hasselblad. So the shortest shutter speed is here 1/2000. I could go with ISO 64, 2.5 for aperture. I'm really surprised that on shutter speed 1/2000 it's not making overexposed photo. Even like I remind you that aperture we have 2.5 and ISO 100. So it's really surprising for me. So I would definitely recommend you, just in case, have a ND filter for this kind of camera. So, and right now I'd like to test it. What if we close aperture for the smallest tight circle? And let's see. Wow, on Hasselblad here we have 32 aperture. We just finished our testing on location and I cannot wait to open those pictures on the computer and see like all this resolution and difference between Hasselblad X2D 100C and Canon 5DSR. Let's go to test with me. So we just came back to the studio and right now we will review photos which we did on location and also in the studio before, and also we could compare high detalization comparing to Canon and Hasselblad. So those are all the raw images without any kind of correction. I just export them to PSD format to open in Photoshop. Here we have first like open picture from Canon 5DSR. I was shooting with kind of same settings on Hasselblad and Canon. Here we have 100 ISO, 0.05 of a second shutter speed and 6.3 aperture. It was same settings for white balance. It was 5900 kelvins. And still you could see difference between Canon and Hasselblad. Right now I will open Hasselblad. It's like totally different colors. I remind you that Hasselblad X2D 100C, there is 16-bit color depth. So let's just zoom in and see the difference. The first shot is with Canon 5DSR. It's pretty good utilization on 6.3 aperture. You can see all the details of leaves. Let's see how it's in Hasselblad. It looks like very close to each other, but what I would say, I really like this kind of noise on Hasselblad. Usually noise, it scares us, but here it's look like super smooth. The pattern is very nice, and it's look like I don't even know how to explain it. It's look like very good. It zoom in 200%, and you still could see like super good utilization. A little bit of the noise on the background here on the sky. Let's compare with Canon. It's also 200. I would say it's a little bit smoother and it's a little bit less sharp comparing to Hasselblad, because in Hasselblad you could see a lot of details, like super sharp. Let's compare coconuts. Yeah. I wasn't doing any color correction on those pictures, and it was same white balance when I was shooting, so you could compare also colors. I would say that Canon shots, I would see in blue more like greenish color. Comparing to Hasselblad, the colors, I would say more deeper, like brighter. Like green and blue, it's more contrast to each other. Even like in Canon, it's everything a little bit yellowish, greenish color, which is also nice, but in Hasselblad, I would say it's bringing more details in color. So on Canon, in the corner, we could definitely see motion blur, and of course it's like less detalization, very blurry. And on Hasselblad, it still looks super sharp and detailed, like even in the corner of the image, like all the way down. Here it was kind of the same settings like on the palm trees. It's Canon, that's Hasselblad. I would say that Canon images I was converting from Capture One, and that definitely, I would say, helping like Canon images stand very good, because what I really like about the Capture One is camera profiles, which is really good built in, and Hasselblad images I was converting from Focus, their original app, and I wasn't doing like any settings, so I would say definitely on this image I could see a lot of magenta, especially in the shadows, like here where is the palm tree. The next two shots, it was very surprising on me on set. I shot on Canon 0.08 of a second and on Hasselblad 0.02 of a second, and it was very like comparing results. It wasn't like on Hasselblad overexposed, and it wasn't on Canon underexposed. The one difference was like aperture on Canon was 2.8 and on Hasselblad 2.5. And on Hasselblad I set ISO for 64 and on Canon it was 100. So on this really good example we could see this extremely wide dynamic range on Hasselblad X2D 100C. So this one is Canon and that one was on Hasselblad. So you already get some kind of idea, little bit difference from Canon and Hasselblad shots. So I will show you the next two shots, and please let me in comment below what do you think, was shot on Hasselblad and which one shot was made with Canon 5DSR. other test which we did, it was shooting chairs on the beach with the closest super tiny aperture. For Canon it was 22 aperture, and for Hasselblad X2D 100C it's 32. So let's see the difference. So here with the Canon we could see like really good detalization, like people a little bit blurry on the background, but still like palm trees a little bit out of focus, little bit blurry on the buildings. But the chair in front, it's look good. And comparing to Hasselblad, we have really high detalization. The chairs, people looks very detailed. The palm trees, buildings are not so blurry as in a Canon. It's very high detalization. Let's check chair in front. It also looks super detailed. And what is really interesting with the Hasselblad comparing to Canon, the format of the photograph which coming from Hasselblad, if you're shooting vertical, is 4:5. It's like Instagram format. So it's like magazine format, which is very convenient when you're shooting fashion and editorial stuff, so you already see how you will crop this image. We decided to test Hasselblad camera. It's in very unusual situation, not like studio on tripod shooting outside, and also I decided to do few shots like close-up of flowers. I mean, with 45 lens it's not really you could go very close, but let's see difference between wide open aperture and very closed one. It's pretty sharp, but not like what you expect from 22. And that shot was made with Hasselblad on 32 aperture, and you can see kind of same result, but like overall the picture looks sharper than on Canon. It's a little bit smoother overall. I'm really excited and I cannot wait. New generation 90mm lens XSD 2.5 aperture, because this kind of high detalization with this 32 aperture, it will be really cool and good for shooting in the studio, like for campaigns, jewelry campaigns, like some kind of product where you'd like to see like all details. My Canon 5DSR has almost 6,000 by 9,000 pixels, and comparing to that, Hasselblad has almost 9,000 by almost 12,000 pixels. I would say I really love Canon lenses, and bokeh there, it's look really beautiful, very nice and smooth. And let's compare it with Hasselblad. We could see like really like sharp and beautiful detalization here on the flower, and I would say like even for 55 lens, bokehs look very nice, smooth, and it's really beautiful to see. I would say it's not really honest to compare those two pictures, especially because on Canon I was shooting with on 70mm focal length and on full frame, and the minimum distance of focusing was 15 inches, comparing to Hasselblad where I was shooting with 55mm lens, comparing to full frame it's 43mm, and also the minimum distance of focusing is 17.7 inches. We already discussed a little bit about the 55mm lens, and if we're talking about 38mm lens, 38mm has a full frame equivalented focal length of 30 millimeters. And those lenses, how we already checked, are super sharp and able to handle this higher resolution of X2D 100C Hasselblad camera. Lenses and camera has this metal construction and it's handmade in Sweden. Holding this high-end product, you could feel that you have luxury product in your hands. It's premium style, but also it's a premium price. It definitely not should be only one camera in your backpack. It's very high-end luxury product which you'd like to have for special occasion like shooting in the studio, campaign, editorial, like for high detalization shots. Super stylish. I really like how it's holding in the hand. It feels really nice and comfortable. So we have already did unboxing of this beautiful, nice camera and opened those lenses, and we have already tested in the studio, outside, review images on the computer, and overall I'm really happy with this camera and I will shoot more and more using Hasselblad X2D 100C, so you can see it more in my future videos and my future projects. And let me know your thoughts in comments below. What do you think? Would you like to try this camera, or would you like me to compare with some other camera on the market? Please let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give me a like, subscribe, and see you next time.